Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. We're going to be doing a meditation today about losing control and being free. And what I mean by lose control and be free, I'm not saying that you can't have control over your life, but what I am saying is not to allow other things to control your life or dictate your life or make you feel a certain way or make you fall out of alignment with who you really are in your true nature. So losing control and being free, you can adopt this in every type of energy configuration. You can allow yourself to tap into the true resonance of who you are in the elevation of your own progression of your own consciousness, because you're choosing to let go of what is allowing you to be forceful within controlling everything and feeling like you have to place everything and feeling like you have to force this or do this unaligned action or have this thought and go in this pattern because this person cut you off in traffic. But really what you can do for yourself and allow yourself to be free from that human conditioning is literally losing control and choosing to be free here and now. Meaning that you don't have to allow others to dictate your energy. You don't have to allow your circumstances to dictate your energy or your vibration or your confidence inside of yourself. Losing control is freedom, because you don't have to control every single thing in your life. You don't have to dictate every single thing in your life. You don't have to be forceful. But the key is, in the wisdom of the squirrels, is something that I'm going to implement within this live as well, is being playful, not taking life so seriously, and regaining your childlike innocence in the very fact that you can make the choice and the aligned action in the most preferred state of consciousness and vibration, that you can choose not to lose control over yourself and your well-being and the way that you feel and the way that you create. It means that you're letting go and having complete faith within yourself and the power and the empowerment within yourself to know that you don't have to control everything. Because if you do control everything and you try to plan your life out, what if your clock is reset 5 minutes early when you had it set 10 minutes early so that you can wake up for work? Then your whole day is kind of jacked up, right? But now your life isn't planned out for you. That means that you can allow yourself to be very specific about what you want, because God is not a specific thing or a specific concept, but God is everything. God is not a physical object. He's not a big man in the sky telling you that you can't be what you want to be. God is inside of you and he is energy. So you have the ability and you have energy and you have empowerment and you have alignment to see that you can be innocent in the very fact that you have control over your thoughts. You have control over your choices, and you have control over the emotions that you pick. But also you can do this with prosperity. You can lose control and you can literally spend money and knowing that that money can come right back to you. But you can't treat it like a concept and you can't treat it like an object. And you can't treat it like it's an obstacle either, because once you treat it like it's an obstacle, then you are allowing it to dictate you and control you. And you're allowing life to have its way with you instead of you having your way with life. And having the idea of the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom is understanding that you're the creator, and the understanding that you don't have to have control over everything. That means that you don't have to figure everything out, because everything will be known once you need to know it and once it's needed to be reflected to you. Once you need to handle it and once you need to follow through and have a great follow through and a great finish. And you can treat this with like health. You can treat this with your emotions. You don't have to control everything, because if you have to experience the said emotion within yourself before you heal from it, then that means you have to feel that rage and you have to feel that anxiety until it is exiled out of you, and then you're free from the condition. But just get on top of it. Get on top of your thoughts. Get on top of the ways that you're restricting yourself. Get on top of the ways that you're not allowing yourself to be powerful. Right in the morning when you get that cup of coffee and you meditate and you try to figure out how you want to start your day off, in that moment, just allow yourself, in that moment, allow yourself to just say, fuck it. I'm going to be truthful to who I am. I'm going to be aligned in the way that I want to be aligned. And there's a study that's shown that when people cuss, it actually means that they're more intelligent, and it means that they're being more honest about what they want. So I wanted to incorporate that too, because I just saw it on TikTok. So right now you can say, I just lose control over my fucking life, and I'm going to allow the divine to work on my behalf, and I'm going to allow myself to be the creator of my life, and I'm not going to be an unconscious receiver at this moment in time. That I'm not going to sell myself short. I'm not going to take no for an answer. And in this moment, I'm losing control so I can be free. So you can allow yourself to be like the car that drives itself, so that you can be the vehicle of source, and you can literally be the ongoing progression of that vortex that's fully realized and placing its energy where it needs to be. You're literally placing your energy wherever you need it to be. You're placing yourself wherever you need to be. You're placing yourself within that parallel reality, but it's not based on the image. And it's based about the energy behind it, because what's behind the idea and the intention and the emotions that's attached to all of that. Think about that for a second. It's not about the image or the outcome or the details of how it happens, but it's the very fact that you want to progress and you want to develop and you want to align to your true nature and tap into that heart. You want to tap into the truth of things, because that's why when you have a fire lit under you and you have passion, you have that grace that just swirls inside of you, and you know that something is true and that you need to change it, and you just fucking do it. You just do it, you get past it, and you elevate the energy, and you just snap yourself back into alignment, and you know yourself very fully and very presently with what you want to become. True acceptance is not trying to exclude everything. You can include everything. You can have everything around you that could not be of the divine, but that does not mean that you have to fall out of alignment and give your power away to what is not the divine, because the perspective is knowing that everything that you do and that you touch and that you emit and everywhere that you walk, you can literally change the energy. So that doesn't mean that you have to take on other people's energy. It doesn't mean you have to take on this burden. It's your birthright to awaken here and now and to be alive. To be true to yourself, to be true to your alignment, to know yourself fully, and to know that you're here to be the ongoing progression of source energy, to align to that vibration and to emulate it fully. So when you're just sick and tired of living a certain way, when you're sick of your own sickness, you're literally just over it and you're ready to move on. So when you're ready to move on and you're ready to tap in, that means that you're just going to give yourself to that extension of source energy. But losing control is not losing control of your life and giving your power away to another person or another thing, or feeling like you have to give your power to the person that cut you off in traffic. You don't have to do that. You can say, oh, I'm aware of that. God bless them. But, what the hell? You can even say like, oh, that is their way. That is their way of living. But that is not my way of living. I'm aware of it and I see it, but I can make a lesson out of it, because that's reflecting with wisdom and understanding and being completely conscious towards that. And when you have that discernment and you have that authority, you don't allow it to come into your space because it's not affecting you, because it's not coming into your face or into your space, and you're not even trying to take the energy or the definition of it, because you already know what you are. You already know the very fact that you are the extension of source energy, and I can change anything that I want to change inside of myself at that exact moment in time. That I don't have to take the shape or the form of that distorted nature. That I can always encapsulate and take the shape and the form of who I want to become in that new reality, or in that space of emotionality, or pursuing another conscious personality. So you can always lose control and be free of the addiction of being a false self and false representation, or delving into false self-importance. Because then you don't have to say that I'm important, because you already know that you're loved and that you're taken care of and that all of your needs are met. Yes, we are going to do a meditation. Yes, we are. And one of the reasons I wanted to go live was to reinforce the very fact that just because you're not there yet doesn't mean that you're already there. Just because you think that you're not there Just because you don't feel that you're not there, you are there. You just haven't met yourself yet. You haven't met your destiny fulfilled. And it's really just letting go and enjoying the lessons and the progression and the reflections, but also delving deep inside of yourself to know that the freedom that you're seeking is losing control over what you feel you have to project. But you know what to project, you know what you want, and you have your mind's eye on the foresight and the vision and the alignment that is present, that you can achieve it. If you don't see your goals to be achievable, then they are not goals or ambitions or inspiration. Then that means that you're putting it on a pedestal, you're putting it as an expectation instead of appreciating it. Appreciate that you can elevate to your goals, to your passions, to your desires, always. The not knowing how to connect is going to lead you to deeper connection, because the very fact that you don't know something allows you to encapsulate it and to decipher it, because you're allowing more to come into the filter. Now, there could be blockages, there could be stuff within your space, but it does not mean that you're not connected. You just may have not had the recognition of being connected, but it does not mean that you're not being pulled to that. That's why we have alignment. That's why we allow ourselves to know and learn and progress and understand a whole lot more, because we allow ourselves to be the connection. Everybody is interconnected. Everybody is interwoven and connected to what they need to do, and you kind of know what you need to do and what you need to heal and progress and allow within your life. That is going to generate more of that sense of understanding. When you have the understanding that you don't have to be controlling, that means that you're not giving your power away, that you're actually taking your power back and calling your energy back towards yourself, because you're not controlling everything. You're not controlling how this person made you feel, or what they said, or if they cut you off in traffic, or that you spent too much money and then it made you feel bad. But it's really understanding that, why am I feeling bad and how do I get past it? But it's not just getting past it, but it's realizing that you have an acknowledgement of it and a reception of it, an awareness of it. And then you're able to see that it's not the image of how it unfolds. It's not the image of how it unravels and changes and progresses. It's not about the image. We're always focused about the outcome or the image or dictating the placement of the energy. But it's none of those things. But it's really just you being playful, not sweating the small things, and regaining your innocence of your inner child. That's why the squirrel, when I saw the squirrel, it was literally doing like somersaults. It was rolling on its back. It was just being so playful, and there was no tension, there was no anxiety, there was no sadness. And it was funny because I told my girlfriend, I channeled some knowledge like right then and there, and I was like, the squirrel is a symbol of solving problems within a conscious nature, but it's also being able to have innocence and playfulness and allowing you to save yourself for the future, to save for the future, to build the momentum to attract the future to yourself, so that you're emulating yourself presently. So most people will take like, oh, save for the future, like, oh, it's telling me to save money. But how I took it and how I received it was that I could really start saving my spiritual muscles for this future, my new self, my new vibration, my new intention that I want. No matter what your intentions are, no matter how much you meditate, it's not just about grounding to meditate. It's not about just understanding yourself. It's not about just having clarity, but it's just living your life as that guided meditation. Living your life as that guided meditation. Just allow yourself to do that and guide yourself towards being that divine assistance and that guide that wants to become you, so that it's able to relay to that nature of God. So God is not a physical thing, a physical specimen, or some condemning frequency. That's the nature of it, is to really know that you are God and that you can allow yourself to lose control so that you can finally tap into a higher power past yourself. And if you think of it in that way, and you're just open to that, and you're kind of aware of it. So reception is key and fulfillment is key, but appreciation is key, and not putting so much expectation or putting everything on a pedestal, because then that's not something that you can attain. So it's like Amanda asked a question, and we're going to be doing a meditation soon. And also, guys, you can book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf for psychic readings, healings, activations, 1 hour for $70, 1 hour for $60 for healing, activation codes, downloads, and 30 minutes for $40. What if I think I'm flawed because of my mom? Your mom has nothing to do with you being flawed. It's the thought or the thought form or the pattern that you think that your mom made you flawed. We all come in to this earth flawed. We all come in here with imperfections and different thought patterns and life progressions that we try to heal within ourselves. So you're not flawed because of your mom. You think that you're flawed because of how your mom treated you. But that has nothing to do with you. But that's just a reflection for you to see, like, past the experience of feeling flawed because of your mom, that you don't need her love to validate who you are. You don't need your mom's love to validate who you are. And this is a very cool, intricate moment in this live, is because you don't need a love from another person, but it's the love inside of yourself, loving the creator inside of yourself, loving the expansion of who you are, knowing that God is directing your steps, but also allowing yourself to become the God that directs the progression of your life, and having that love and that faith and that stability within yourself to really accept yourself. Have acceptance beyond your own personal biases. Yes, I have flaws. Yes, I have this, and yes, I have that. I have all of these other things. That is exactly right. I love how you worded that, because you understand. Because you are smart and you are gifted. So loving the God inside of me more than needing someone else to love me. You got it. You got it. All of you got it. All of you are beautiful. All of my clients that I have are just amazing. All of you have intricacies, and all the people who receive. But that, if you don't get anything from this live, Amanda will allow you to relay to you and share you the wisdom that will advance you a year in time. Loving the God inside of me more than needing someone else to love me. That is exactly right. That's the whole point of this entire life. Because that's encouragement, that's faith, that's stability within yourself, and that's security. And that allows you to have consistency with your self-development. That God does not want you to fall into the illusion that you need another person or another thing or substances or other things or even a cigar. But you only need the love and the faith and the security and the oneness inside of yourself to push you through the next threshold of your journey. So we're going to do a meditation. And with this meditation, what it's going to simulate for you and stimulate the senses, that I don't have to control or dictate how people perceive me, but also how the world perceives me, but also perceiving myself, that I can let go and really love the God inside of myself, and that I can find pleasure and security in the development and losing control so that I can embrace free will as that free agent of free will, that I can really embrace myself here and now. So everybody, take a deep breath. Allow yourself to release any energies or anything inside of yourself that is creating division or resistance or non-allowance or non-acceptance. So in this moment, everybody that is on this live feed can literally love themselves, love the God inside of yourself more than wanting the love of someone else. Have full acceptance of who you are and tap into that relaxation of that power, that it's not the image or the outcome or the details of what you need to experience. But it's the safety and it's the security and it's the emulation of the example and the truth in what you're setting by your vibrational attitude, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you live your life as a spiritual entity of love and light. Live your life with a new standard, with a new beginning, with a new way of being, with a new way of allowance. Lose control and don't put so much power and energy trying to figure everything out or trying to straighten people out or trying to follow societal norms. And knowing that you can pick your emotions, you can pick your free will, you can literally handpick your journey and how you want the direction of your life to go because you're losing control over it. This is losing control in a conscious way. That means that you have actual control over the way you feel, over the way that you manifest, the way that you spend money, and the way that you have a healthy routine, even if you want a better diet or a workout regimen or wanting to meditate better and to connect better. Literally in this moment, you can see yourself activating that with visualization. And not even treating this like it's a guided meditation, but seeing it as a way of living life and seeing the truth inside of it. Seeing the truth of how you align to that and how you're allowing yourself to develop the empowerment and the motivations and seeing the energy behind your intentions, your ideas, your affirmations, and saying that I want the absolute best fucking life ever. Because that's truthful and that you don't have to experience the pain or the dark night of the soul or the dichotomy of your own human mind. That you don't have to give your power away to your emotions. You don't have to give your power away to your spouse. You don't have to allow the cashier at the store that's not ringing your groceries up in an orderly fashion to affect your entire day. Mom and dad does not have to love you to validate you. And you don't even need to find the love of another person, but it's loving the God inside of yourself. And being set free and breaking the mold and the generational curses or the energetic bondages and the chains that are binding you to people, places, and things so that you can be non-attached fully, completely non-attached to a certain configuration of energy. To see through the illusion of God is to see God within yourself. To see through that illusion and to see through that deception of self-importance, that you don't have to enable your false representation of what you think you are or your assumptions. But you can properly represent yourself as a beautiful extension of that cosmic abundance that wants to become you. And it can be graceful when you're demonstrating the more proper aligned actions. Not actions that seem forceful, that seem rigid, or that don't make any sense, because now it's being filled with these transcendent reasons. There's reasoning, there's a precision and a focus and attention to what you're doing and what you're aware of. And just know yourself, accept it, love it, revel in it, and know that it's your fucking birthright to be beautiful, to not feel less than, but to feel absolutely worthy of the fruits of the Spirit, the love of the Spirit, the wisdom of the Spirit, and to really emulate the Oracle of Loveline wisdom very fully, very presently, and very truthfully. You don't have to be perfect. And that's what's beautiful about this, is that you don't have to be perfect. But every day you perfect your imperfections. But you're not being a perfectionist about it. And in some ways, it could be positive if you do. There's personality traits that some of you have that I may not align to, but if it aligns you and gets you back into sync with yourself, don't just take my word for it, but experience it now. Don't experience it later. Don't experience it, 5 minutes from now, a nanosecond from now, but right now. And just channel that extension of source and love yourself. It's kind of a song comes to mind. Lose Yourself by Eminem. Lose yourself in the moment. You have one shot. Don't miss your chance to blow. It's opportunity verse, once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the moment. That's beautiful, isn't it? Another one, Not Afraid. No matter if you're going through the cold, no matter if you're going through the brunt of it, that you're just not afraid and you're just going to pick yourself off the ground and you're not going to live that way and you're just going to break out of that cage. There's a passage in the song, there's this chorus break within Not Afraid that talks about breaking through that cage and not living that life that he was living. And not giving a damn what people think and just doing it for yourself is another excerpt in the song of Not Afraid that he says. That's very profound. And that's why I love listening to him, is because he makes me feel like I can conquer the world. But if you take those two songs, Not Afraid and Lose Yourself, and not being afraid to lose yourself in every moment, and then you're losing control and you're allowing yourself to be free. And so it is. So I would recommend all of you to listen to Not Afraid by Eminem, because the passage of the song that I was trying to think of was, he has a bridge in the song and it's like, I'm manning up, I'm gonna face these demons, I'm manning up, I'm gonna hold my ground, I'm so fed up, I'm gonna put my life back together right now. That's very powerful. Eminem's very spiritual, if he doesn't know it or not, because I notice when I I used to be a big fan of him, and I didn't listen to him for a very long time. I noticed that Eminem, while I was awakening, was touching on things that, and that's why I feel like he's universal in that way, because he's able to appeal to everyone. So yes, definitely not afraid, or another one that comes to mind. I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought for a moment. Beautiful is another one. And another thing that he says is that God gave you those shoes to fit you, so put them on and wear them, and be yourself, and be proud of who you are, and don't let anybody tell you that you're not beautiful. So Eminem is very spiritual. So those 3 songs, I will guarantee you, that will make you feel very introspective, not afraid, beautiful, and lose yourself. And you can literally hear the things that he's saying and the way that he's saying it, because if you're a rapper, you have to say things with conviction, right? But if you take those little nuggets of gold and be able to put them in a way that makes sense, then it could literally be a guided meditation or a mantra or whatever you need it to be. So guys, you can book private sessions as well. This is White Wolf. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. And I'll try to do a live later, readings and healings and activations and things of that nature. And I want to thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys feel better after that. I feel like it was very powerful and very uplifting. So that's my goal, is to allow you guys to feel empowered, uplifted, and back into your center and grounded, and allowing yourself to flow with your energy. So thank you guys so much for receiving. Thank you for watching. God bless. Namaste. And until next time, this is White Wolf signing off. And so it is. Bye.